What's up, everyone? This is Ronnie coming to you with a new video today. It's on our eBay sales for January 2017. January was a little slower than I would have liked it to have been. We did about 8,500 in sales on eBay. Not too bad, but I would have liked to see more. But I was sick. I was in and out of the hospital for a week with infection. Then my wife had stitches in her arm. So um, it was a little crazy, like 2 week period where we just did not get done what we wanted to. When you're unable to source, unable to list, there's a lot of different things that get into effect of why your business is probably a little bit slower than what it is. But we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things we sold, how long they sold for, what we paid for them, and so on and so forth. But do a screen share here. We'll get into this a little bit. All right, just make sure this is working. Yes. All right. So here we have this is a manual I took out of my truck. It's from I had a 2003 Ford Excursion. I traded it in December when I was going through the glove box. I seen the manual. I took the manual out, and we sold this for $30. This sold within a day or a day or two. I took an offer on it. I was sitting around for a while before I listed it. And I already see a mistake in this. Does anybody else see the mistake I see? I charged them $4 for shipping, but in the title I put free shipping. Oh boy. The crazy boy. Crazy boy. He liked it. He left me a comment. His manual's right there. I knew these sell because when I worked at the dealership, we used to sell a lot of manuals out of the cars. I used to deal with the trade-ins and stuff like that. I would have them set aside any of the manuals out of the cars. And since I listed a lot of these cars, I would make sure go to the cars. And then they would even take them out of the cars for me and put them in milk crates. So I would have a stack every month. I would have a stack to take home. Might have been anywhere from 30, 40, 50. I'd even take the tool kits out of the cars for like some of the more harder to find cars, like if there's a BMW or a Mercedes, we sell the tool kits. This was all my money. This was just something I did. They did it for me to just like an appreciation thing. I mean, we weren't going to get any money for any of these cars. We were selling them at the auction. So they weren't going to get any more money if they had the manuals or the tool kits and stuff like that. But I just put them on auction back then, $9.99, and let it fly, and whatever they sold for. It was no big deal. I think the most money I ever got for anything was some Porsche. It's like a toolkit out of it, and I got crazy money. It was like $150 or something like that. It was kind of crazy, but I guess somebody wanted it for their car, and that was it. But thank you guys for joining me today. We're going to get into a few of the other things, but car manuals, depend on the cars, actually do fairly well if you could find the right cars. A 2003 Ford Taurus is probably not going to sell for much, but certain Jeeps, certain vehicles that people love to work on, love to own, have a following on. The Excursion was only made for 5 years, if I remember, or 6 years. 2000 to 2005, they discontinued it right around the time where gasoline was getting way too expensive. They made it V10 powered for most part. They had a few diesel powered ones. Diesel ones still sell for crazy money. But as far as the gas powered ones, V8's underpowered. V10 is just it gets shitty gas miles, like $9 a gallon. 9 miles per gallon on the gas. But anyway, enough about cars. Nobody wants to hear me ramble about that. This was a pair of shorts. We got this up been our sourcing trip in upstate New York. These sold fairly quickly. I found two on that trip. The brand is Loudmouth. They make golf apparel, usually bright, crazy colors. This stuff's not the craziest expensive stuff, but you can get good money for this, and this stuff usually sells fairly quickly for me. I paid probably $3, $4 for the shorts. They sold within a week or so. Sold in less than a week, going by the date here, because I know I listed the stuff after the January. So, I mean, they sold within a few days. In it, very little money. For some reason, I did free shipping. I don't like free shipping. Can't really get a good idea of the pictures. I didn't take too many pictures on these ones. But, you know, stuff, you know, can sell anytime. Most people would pick up shorts and they're like, well, you know what? I'm going to list them in the summer. I'm going to list them in the spring. You know, list it when you get it. That's my advice. I mean, it is winter somewhere in the world at some point if you're an international seller, and it's going to be summer somewhere in the world. People are going to be looking for items no matter the year. You know, and it's just the way it is for me. I will list it when I get it. I ain't holding nothing back, because I could have flipped that item and moved it on and sold it somewhere else. And it seems like every time I make a video lately, somebody decides it's time to call me crazy. But Loudmouth, good brand to pick up for it. These sold pretty quickly for me. Let's see here. What's up, boys? Just checking the chat real quick. I'm trying to do this live to see any better. Hello from the UK. That's pretty cool. You know, I got some friends over in the UK. Hopefully I'll get over there sometime. My wife loves... All right, didn't answer the phone the first time. That means fuck off. Everything is good. Reseller Rally. Yes, Reseller Rally tickets are on sale. They're almost sold out. At the rate they're going to, they should be sell out here any day, or even today maybe. Should be pretty quickly. Kind of, guess I'm surprised they sold so quickly. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking it would be, I don't know. People don't want to see, people want to see us, I guess. Talk about reselling, but it's crazy the stuff that we've had to do and the work that was able. I mean, big thanks to Pete. He did a lot of the work that has to go into something like this. But y'all don't know, the Reseller Rally is going to be June 17th, 2017. It's in Schaumburg, Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago, and I'd like to see you there if you can make it. It's $119 per ticket. All right. I'll get back to any questions in a minute. I want to scroll through a few more listings here. All right. This is a Rag & Bone Target brand. They did a collaboration, I guess. I didn't know that when I picked it up. It was cheap. It was like $2.99 to $3.99 at a Savers, believe it or not. And I seen the red dot. Didn't know what it meant. I posted on Instagram, and Nicole states like, oh, I sold that. I love that collaboration with Target. And I'm like, what? Target? And I didn't think it was going to be for that much money, but surprisingly, I put it up there, sold in about a month, and I got about $45. So, you know, that was it. But let me see what else here. So that was pretty cool. Sold that. Get back to this. Let's see here real quick. Yeah, if you're watching this, you should be able to see my eBay ID. Just saying. Jimbo, come on. Common sense here, brother. eBay has been dead this month. How was your salesman? My sales were actually really good up into the last probably 5 days, but I had a listing restriction to where I couldn't list for 7 days because I got Vero strike on my account for an item that for all amounts I could figure somebody thought it was Counterfeit. It was a brand new NFL jersey. I got it through TJ Maxx, but confusing. Is eBay is not giving me the right answer or the correct answer. I want to hear from them. Go figure. And also another thing of the resale rally. We are giving away a free ticket tonight on Golden Finger Picker's channel. The Reseller Pulse can watch me, Golden Finger Picker, and Craig's Pete, the Craigslist Hunter. Boy, I don't know why that ties me up every time, but I want to get back into this. This is a Wallace and Barnes. These are hunting pants, so like a thick wool pants. These were made with moon tweed. These look like they would never use. Wallace and Barnes is actually a brand of J. Crew. Their own some way by them. And the comps didn't really have too many comps. I picked them. I sold them for what I thought they would sell for approximately. They took about a month to sell. Really nice wool pants. If you live in somewhere wintry, these were really nice pants to wear. They were lined. It's really nice pants. You know, I paid about $5.99 for them. They took about a month to sell. Got about $51 plus $6 to ship. So really nice, you know. There was another item right here. I picked up 2 of these. These are Oak Hill. This is not a good brand by any means. I would not usually pick this brand up, but they were big suit jackets, sport coats, as you see here. 3XLT, extra large tall. 54, 56 was the size. There's the tag. These, I believe, are like a big and tall store, like their generic just line. Had a nice lining on them, but if I remember, yeah, material, rayon, polyester, and spandex. Not really your greatest mixture for a jacket, but this still sell, you know, larger people. It is a little difficult to find clothing for people. It's stuff you're going to find at your typical store, so you can actually get a little bit more or ask a little bit more, or even get not so much great brands and sell them fairly decently for a good price. These sold, one of them I sold for full price, so I'm not really sure if it was this one or another pair. They both sold actually fairly quick, within about 3 weeks. So I would say we got somewhere between $50 and $60 for this one, with $9 to ship, and I was in it for $5. This is a 1990s Russell Athletic jersey, Scott Case. He's a safety for Atlanta Falcons in the 90s, probably the Deion Sanders days, I would say. Really nice jersey. There's really no cracking on this jersey or nothing. I got this at a Salvation Army. I paid half off. I paid either $3 or $4 for this. It's really nice. Do well with some of these times, some of these older jerseys. The brand Russell is not really the greatest brand, but it's a nice looking jersey. You're gonna have somebody that maybe their father was a fan of Scott Case, maybe it was somebody else. They want something other than whoever their quarterback is, Matt Ryan jersey or the Julio Jones jersey. They want something different, you know, when they go to a game. So that sold. This sold for about $58 plus $4 to ship. So not bad at all. What's up, Mr. Golden Finger Picker? How are you? All right, next item right here. I picked up 6 pair of these pants. I'm not going to try to pronounce these at all. I get killed when I try to pronounce something. Everybody acting like they know how to pronounce everything. Like, no, I don't think so. But that's the brand name right there. Get a close-up of the tag. Yeah, it looks like some type of French name, but these were made in Hong Kong. These were probably late 90s, early 2000s. They were that bigger, baggier style of pants, almost like a skateboard pant. They might have been even skateboard pants, for all I know. I don't remember this brand as much, but I picked up 6 pairs of these. 5 pairs sold within the first month. Various condition. 3 of them had condition issues with the cuffs here. These did not, but the other pairs, some of them had holes, like they walked on them in the back of their shoe, so on and so forth. I did not check them over properly. I knew they sold for decent money. Sold a pair a few years back, and I got anywhere between, one of these sold at full price. Then I sold the others for like 55, 50, 35, and 25, depending on the condition. I still have 1 pair listed now. Not bad when you sell 4 out of 5 items within a month. Paid $7 each. And I charged a little extra for shipping because there was no way these were going to fit in a padded flat rate. They actually ship these all regionally. This is a vintage Van Heusen Barracuda jacket. Van Heusen, terrible brand. For whatever reason, this jacket, there's a demand for it. This would be probably late 70s, early 80s-ish. This was probably out around the same time as the member-only jackets when they were hot. I found this is the 3rd pair I've sold of this winter already. These are lightweight jackets. And there's the tag right there, Barracuda by Van Heusen. They're polyester and cotton mix. And I get usually $50, $60 for these all day. Sometimes if they're a larger size, I'll get more. And a lot of the time, these go overseas. This one I sold for about $60 plus $8 to ship. I was in this for $3 on that Salvation Army half-off day. Gotta love it. But I would not pick up anything else by Van Heusen. Going to the chat. I hope everybody's good. All right, here we go. This is a LL Bean. I picked these up. These were brand new. You see the tag right there. There's another piece of paper saying 87. So these were, I don't know, these were vintage actually. 20 years old. Is that 30 years old? That's 30 years old. I mean, these were actually vintage. I didn't really put 2 and 2 together to right now. But these are just a pair of LL Bean leather loafers, like Oxford style boat shoe. I mean, I put in all kinds of different keywords in there. Loafers probably didn't belong technically. It's not a loafer style shoe, but I guess I was keyword spamming. But this tag right there, I mean, pictures. I mean, these were brand new. Never worn. I was in these for $10. I took an offer at these actually at $65 plus another $9 to ship. So I picked up 2 of them from the store. I still got 1 list. No, I actually sold the other pair too. So they sold actually pretty quickly. This is a Disney Mickey Mouse Ryan Spooner shirt. I picked this up. It's a size small. Really cool shirt. I really kind of wish this was my size. It was just cool. I mean, there's the tag right there. Ryan Spooner shirts are it's so depending on the shirt. Some they make team shirts. The Disney shirts are where the money really is on these. They also make ones with Elvis, a few other things. Depend on some of the collaborations with companies or sports teams actually do well. Some do not. So you kind of get. Sometimes I'll look them up to see if they're doing well in the store. I mean, that's the best thing with cell phones these days. eBay app, boom, 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 1, 2, 3. You can look something up pretty quickly and move on about it. This sold for full price. I actually sold this last month for $100 plus free shipping. I got it returned. It was too small for them. And then I got it. Sold it again, haven't heard from them. So sold it both times within a month, the first time being within a few days. So this had a lot of watchers too. So this is an item you want to look out for. These items sell. They do make a lot of ones with like the Disney movies, like a Ratatouille or Cars or Planes. Those ones actually do really well, especially if you can get them around the time the movies come out. If you find them, they do really well. Okay, this is a This is a women's St. John's Sport, not St. John's Bay. Do not pick up St. John's Bay. This is a St. John's Sport. I'll show you the tag in a minute. St. John's Sport is kind of the lower St. John's brand. St. John's is real expensive, high-end women's brand. They're known for their Santana knit, which, if I remember right, is a wool and nylon or wool and polyester mix. Sometimes I can't remember. My brain just goes into one of these things. St. John's Sport. There's the tag. Got two pictures of tags, I guess. It's like a long sleeve sweater. I found this actually in the men's department a while back on a half off day in Salvation Army. I paid about $4 for this, and this took probably 4 or 5 months to sell, and I got about $70 plus $7 to ship. So really nice, not bad at all. Gotta love it. Here are a pair of pants. I got these at a Marshall's for $15. Just around Christmas time. These sold probably within a month. Had a huge retail price on them at $245. They were kind of like motorcycle pants, denim motorcycle pants. Really nice, heavy-duty pants. I took a best offer of $100, including free shipping. Guy wanted them. I was happy to sell it. You know, you can source stores from TJ Maxx and Marshall, especially stuff on clearance. You know, sometimes you come across the unique things that might not sell in one area, but you know they'll sell on eBay or Amazon, or eBay, I should say, mostly. When we don't talk about that other site. No. All right, hope everybody's doing good in the chat, checking over. Everybody seems to be doing good. I want to thank you all for coming through and showing up. This is I picked this one out, sold a bunch of them in this area. Price. This is a Zegna jacket. I've had this for a while. This is wool. This is a recent tag by them. It actually had the extra buttons and the extra material in the inside pocket. Not even sure. It's probably worn once maybe. But I wanted to show you, this is the newer, this is probably a tag they had from 2003 to about 2014. This is a more newer tag. They actually have a newer tag now. But this tag is the tag that will get you more money when you sell a lot of Zegna stuff. You know, when talk about understanding the tags and understanding how old something is, this is a newer tag. This is probably within the last 10 to 12 years from Zegna. And this stuff does actually fairly well for me, even though I've sold this twice. It was returned once. See here, you can see the tag right here. A lot of certain brands, like, what is up with everybody trying to call me today? A lot of these brands, European brands like Zegna, Canali, Caruso, a lot of these brands, you got to double check the measurements, because right here, if you look at this tag, it's telling you it's a 54 regular, but actually it's a European 54, which is a US 44. It's just you take away 10. When you measure the pit to pit, you would realize that it's not the right size. And another thing people always talk about, you can see right here in the bottom, it says jacket. Zegna has this on almost all their stuff. They'll tell you if it's a jacket or a suit. Otherwise, it would say a suit there on the bottom. So it's a good indication if it's a sport coat or a sport coat or whatever. I bought this actually. I remember when I got this, because I got this with a bunch of other really nice jackets, sweaters on Easter. So this took a while to sell. This was in my inventory, and sport coats and suits do take time to sell. You're looking for a specific person to fit a specific size. I probably got about $120 for this, plus $9 to ship. This is a Hickey Freeman with Laurel Piana Fabric 130s wool. Really nice. I had this for a little while too. I probably had this at least 6 months. There was a little tear around the pocket. Not really noticeable. 56 regular. I mean, it could have been easily fixed as a Hickey Freeman. Hickey Freeman by itself is not the greatest brand. It seems to, depending on the suit, depending on the size, there's a lot of different factors that go into it. But you're not going to get that much money. When it paired with Laura Piana as the fabric, you can do better. You know, this sold for about $120 plus $11 to ship. So just something to think about, something to look out for. You know what? I'm going to answer that question, Grace, in a little bit. Let's just get through this. I think I got like 4 more. This is a Oxford clothing. This is a good brand. I have good luck with this brand. This sold, I want to say, for full price, $150 plus $9 to ship. So odder size, 53 regular. Some brands like Brooks Brothers, Oxford, have even some of the older Ralph Lauren pieces will have like sizes 39, 41, 43, 45. And they are odder size as most jackets go by too. You know, there wasn't there. That's the tag. This is an older tag by them. They're more recent tags. You can actually get better money for them. You know, not bad. Nice pair of pants. I mean, a nice suit. Get into this item, and I probably had that Oxford probably about 2 months. That one sold actually. I would consider fairly quickly for a suit. We had this forever. We got this actually when we went to Florida in 2014 over Thanksgiving. We drove down to Florida, met up with Golden Finger Picker in Orlando, and I picked this up on the way. And I remember when I picked this up because I had this in my car, and it was the first time I think I really noticed somebody from Massachusetts follow my channel. It was Valley Picker saying, "Hey, you're in my area." And it was kind of funny. We had this up at various price points. I sold this for $145, I believe, plus 11 to ship. It was a really nice. Bonger is a decent brand. See if I can get a tag here. Bonger is a decent snow brand. Their prices are all over the place, depending on if they're newer stuff or better stuff. This I thought would have sold really well. It was really nice ski jacket. See right there with the like a embroidered cattle stern, whatever you call that, star. It was kind of like Texas themed. But this sat for a while. Like I said, over 2 years. But hey, paid $14 for it, and I've passed over 2 of these recently because I did not want to wait that long. I think it's coming out of snow weather season too. For me, certain items I will pass over, and ski stuff is one of those items. You remember seeing it in the video. That's funny. If you went back to that long ago, you'd remember. Crown Hustler. I'm gonna get that question in a few minutes. Let me just answer. We're almost done with this. 2 more. I picked this up at a little honey hole thrift store. I found this was thrown in the men's section. It was $15. It's a Prada woman's leather jacket. See the tag right there. Surprisingly, I thought these would have went for more money than they do, but they really don't sell for the greatest retail value. You know, it was actually really nice jacket. It probably sold within about 2 months or so. But love picking up stuff. These were the best sale. These sold for full price at $200. And these are Brooks Brothers Purling Company. They're made by Purling Company. See if I can show you the label right there, Purling Company. These are really nice shoes. These didn't have too much wear. They actually look a lot worse than they do. You can see right here, the shoe actually has almost no wear on the shoe whatsoever. The soles look like it had a little bit more wear, but they were actually beautiful shoes. I actually paid $50 for these for a pair. $50 for these, and I paid $50 for another pair of shoes that I sold for 400. So I was already in the profit by the time I got these shoes. I've sold these for actually more money in the past, but it just seems like they weren't going for as much right now. Or maybe I got really lucky with somebody one day, and they bought it at a higher price, a little higher, like 225, 250. But sold these. I was happy with it. I mean, I'm happy with that margin. It probably took about 2 months to sell, so can't complain. But that was the sales for the month. Let's click over here. All right, let's see where I am now. Am I back? I'm back. So really good, really cool. Let me see here. There's a question going back up. Krillin, what's up, brother? How are you? You had a Barracuda jacket, did you, when you were younger? That's pretty cool. All right, Grace. Are there any thrifting opportunities in the Dominican Republic? My husband is from Mexico, and we are driving. Oh, you're driving to Mexico this year? Okay. I plan to do sourcing. You know what? I don't know if there's. I've never been to Mexico. I've been to Tijuana, I should say, but I've never been to Mexico. I mean, to any other side of Mexico. Mexico, Tijuana is like a touristy area, like kind of like I wouldn't. But depending on where you are, they may have thrift stores there. They may have some type of junk stores or so. I would think maybe. I know they have them in Costa Rica. There's a guy that made videos that goes to thrift stores in Costa Rica, and sells actually on eBay. It was pretty cool. But down in the Dominican Republic, there's not much other than there's a few flea markets which mostly cater to the Haitianos that come over and sell. And they sell a lot of, from what I understand, a lot of goods that were sent over there by the relief agencies for the earthquake. And I guess they still get sent a lot of stuff every year. So, I'm kind of looking forward to actually sourcing some of the flea markets there, but there's only a few, and one's like 6 hours away. There's one in the city of Santo Domingo, which should be fun. What's up, Bubba? Good to see you come in here. Ronnie, what are the measurements you do for suits? For suits, I do the pit-to-pit measurement, which is across the chest, and this is all laid flat. Then I take the shoulder seams across the shoulders. That's another measurement. Then the arm length, which is from the shoulder seam, which would be the seam of the seam you have, all the way down to the end of the cuff. The length of the back I do from the bottom of the collar to all the way down to the bottom of the jacket. And then for the pants, I really only do 2 measurements. I do for the waist, and I also do for the inseam, which is from the seam of the crotch all the way down to the end of the leg. You could also do the waist measurement in the suit jacket, which is usually the second button across, laid flat. I don't usually get asked that too much. I don't include it. I probably should, but I don't. But that's about it. When I do my shoe measurements, when I do my shoe pictures, Bubba, I show usually 2 shoes, some type of angle. I kind of tell my wife what I want, and she kind of goes about doing it in one way or the other, and gets them done. See here. I have a few pairs of H-Bar-C vintage dress pants. They are unfinished hem. Do you like buying pants like that and having to have them tailored? I know this is an odd question. I find a bunch of them here and there. I even find sometimes I'll come across a suit that's brand new, and the pants are unfinished, or even the jacket's unfinished. We bought a bunch of Brooks Brothers new tags jackets, and the buttons are unfinished. You know, so I'll buy anything if there's a market for it. And you got to remember, if the pants are unfinished, you're going to appeal to a bigger margin of people, because if it's just a 32, then you can only get people with a 32 inseam. So it can go to anybody with from a, probably 36, 37 inseam to somebody with a 28 inseam. So they can have it fixed, tailored to their liking. So I don't see anything bad about it. They just do take longer. Sometimes they sell fast. Just depends. Do you double the chest measurement or right armpit to armpit? I think I put pit to pit. I'm pretty sure in my listing. All right, I guess that's it. But thank you all for coming out, joining with me. See you guys later. Have a good day. I think my wife's gonna be back here. She went to see our neighbor that went into the hospital. She seems to be in the hospital every 6 months. So after that, we're gonna have lunch, I think. But you know what, Krillin? That is the funniest thing ever, because it's happened before. But like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day, everybody.